The undefeated middleweight champion Israel Adesanya will be meeting with former rival Alex Pereira at the UFC 281. MMA fans all around the world have been expecting this rematch since the day Pereira crossed over from kickboxing to mixed martial arts. Will Adesanya be able to avenge his kickboxing losses? Stay tuned and ensure you watch till the end to find out more. At the UFC 281, the long-awaited bout between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira will be taking place at Madison Square Garden in New York. Adesanya, 23-1 MMA, 12-1 UFC, and Pereira, 6-1 MMA and 3-0 UFC will be headlining the bout on November 12th. Presently, no other bout has been fixed for the November 12th pay-per-view. Although, there has been discussions about adding a lightweight bout between Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. The only matchup that the promotion has announced officially is the one between Nigerian-born New Zealander and the former kickboxing champion. At the UFC 276 that took place on July 6th, Adesanya and Pereira defeated their opponents, making their rematch possible. Adesanya retained his title by defeating Jared Cannonier, while Pereira became qualified to meet with Adesanya after he knocked out Sean Strickland. The former Glory kickboxing champion Pereira crossed over to mixed martial arts in 2020, and ever since then fans have looked forward to a matchup against his former kickboxing opponent. Pereira later joined the UFC in the following year, 2021. While in kickboxing, the pair fought twice with Pereira winning both fights. In the first meeting that took place in April 2016, Pereira earned a unanimous decision against Adesanya. In March 2017, a rematch was set and Pereira knocked out Adesanya. However, a lot of time has gone by and Adesanya is currently ranked the number 1 in UFC middleweight, while Pereira is ranked number 7. Adesanya has been the middleweight champion since October 2019 and has successfully defended his title 5 times. The Brazilian puncher has 5 finishes and 6 professional MMA wins since coming out of kickboxing. While we await the UFC 281, Israel Adesanya has been telling his fans what to expect. Adesanya cited cartoons to drive his point home. The 33-year-old fighter claimed that he was gonna get frozen like Elsa.
If that was in kickboxing, it's easy to knock out the homeboy, what's the hillbilly's name? Because he was parrying the jabs. But like I said at the press conference, next time I put you on skates, you're gonna get frozen like Elsa. I'll leave it at that.
As expected, this statement has gotten the attention of Alex Pereira and other fighters such as the UFC champion Jon Jones. Jon Jones, who has been in a long-time feud with Adesanya, tweeted that the statement by Adesanya was inappropriate. How are you going to threaten a guy like Alex with glossy fingernails and a frozen reference? Pereira has also reacted to this statement by Adesanya, but surprisingly, his response was not what most MMA fans expected. The former Glory champion claimed that he had no idea of what Adesanya was talking about. "I had a bit rough and difficult life," Pereira said recently on the MMA Hour. "I started working in a tire shop when I was 12, so my childhood was cut off early because I had to work, so I didn't watch many cartoons, movies, and series. Sometimes you'll ask me something and I won't know how to answer and I'll just say I didn't watch it. Some people will say I'm an arrogant person, but my childhood was different. Most of my childhood was busy with work and trying to help provide to my family. Sometimes I see doing cartoon stuff to me doesn't make any sense because I don't even know who Frozen is. I'm not being arrogant, I'm not being ignorant, I just didn't even know up until that point who Frozen was. If you're going to freeze me, I guess it's related to ice? I don't know. I was getting it." Pereira went on to make it clear that he really does not buy into the whole trash talk thing. "First, I don't speak English. And even if I did, the look on my face would be the same because he said he would make flight look easy and he didn't." Pereira said, "Goes there and it's something else. I don't. People already have expectations. I lay low, stay silent. Alex, are you going to knock him out? No, I just want to do a good fight. I go there and knock him out and people would be like, damn, awesome." People start to see who Alex Pereira is. The Frozen stuff, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, to me makes no sense whatsoever. People that understand and believe in the cartoon might be influenced. "Oh, he's going to freeze him. He'll freeze me like the cartoon." Is he? But how? I don't know how he's going to freeze me. Is he putting me in the fridge? Is that it? I don't know how this cartoon works. After the fight was announced officially, the last stylebender noted that this was going to be the bout where he gets his revenge. The first two fights are part of history, part of his story, because the judges gave him the nod in the first one, and the next one, he took me out in the third round. So that's part of his story. But now it's time for my story. Adesanya said Friday night on Sports Center.
They're part of history, part of his story, because the judges gave him the nod in the first one, and the next one, he took me out in the third round. So yeah, that's part of his story, but now it's time for my story.
For me, the difference between then and now is the gloves. When I said something about the pillow gloves, you can't hide behind the big gloves, you can't guard the same way in kickboxing as you can in MMA. You have to be able to use your brain, move out the shot. And also my striking style is a lot different in MMA than kickboxing. That's why I've had so much success as a kickboxer in MMA, because I don't strike like them. This is mixed martial arts, so I can elbow, I can use my knees, I can get in the clinch and stay in the clinch. There's a lot more that's different in this game, and people can just look at the past, the finish, and hold on to that. You'll need it. Although Adesanya won his last fight, he did not get the praise of his fans, as the fight was heavily criticized, with most fans stated that it lacked excitement. So with this in mind, the UFC middleweight champion is eager for Pereira to deliver exactly the kind of offensive look his recent foes have failed to offer. Have I ever shield away from a fight? Adesanya said, I've always picked the guy no one wants to fight. The guy everyone runs away from, I run towards. So I run toward the fire, and this is no different. And again, after he beat me in Brazil, I never had any plans of trying to get revenge or anything like that, because I don't hold on to things, I let go of things. But again, I'm telling you, the universe has presented this to me and it's right there. It's the perfect alley-oop, and I'm going to slam that bitch. I'm really excited to have someone, finally, who after the first or the second round, they realize they can't do shit and just want to be defensive. I'm excited to have someone who's going to attack me, who's going to actually try and finish me, he added. And this is the story of this fight, because he's done it before in the past in kickboxing, so for me it's like, is he going to get knocked out or am I going to get knocked out? This guy is not going to be gun shy. He's going to come at me from bell to bell, and I'm going to do the same. And every time someone brings the fight, I raise the bar. It is also worthy of note that Adesanya is already running the second longest winning streak in the history of the UFC middleweight division. The Adesanya Pereira is most likely going to be one of the biggest of 2022. In preparation for this upcoming bout, the undefeated middleweight champion has received tips from a UFC Hall of Famer who knows a thing or two about long winning streaks. Funny enough, I was hanging out with my fellow GOAT and avatar Georges St. Pierre in Toronto a few days ago actually, and we talked extensively about legacy, about fighting, about life, a lot of different things, Adesanya said. And from that conversation I had with him, I already leveled up. I already leveled up a lot, so I really look forward to this fight. Adesanya definitely has all the support he needs. What do you think about the Adesanya and Pereira fight? You can let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.